Hey guys, it's Aaron, your personal coach, and welcome to my movement development training day number 7, the Gait. Right, it's one of the most important, the last but not the least, right? So what the Gait is, it's your hips, it's your pelvis, it's how we walk, how we run. This is your Gait, right? The way that our pelvis moves, right? Our pelvis moves in certain positions. Now, if our pelvis is not functioning properly, we get jammed up, which causes us to move in an incorrect way, right? So it is important to address that, and it is important to rectify it to get that gait to move a lot better, right? So what I want you to do, just get your hips nice and wide here, right? And I want you to turn that hip in, see that? Turn that hip in, hold that position there, and then open up through there. So you're pulling that in this way, but you open up. Now what we're doing is stretching through them fascial slings that connect that gait as well, right? So this is a really important one just to start off with. See how you go with that. Turn that in and open up, right? You might be really, really tight there and not be able to move. Just hold that for 5 seconds. So it's almost the opposite to the twist in the wood chop, like where I tell you to keep your hips straight. Now I want you to just turn that in and we're just opening up this. So this is a good test. If you can't open up, you're extremely tight, it's because you're super tight in the hips, right? So this is going to be the base exercise that we're going to do to test and make sure and see if we're improving, right? So I want you to do that anywhere from 5 to 10 times each side, right? Just hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, change, turn in, open up, here, stretching through these slings. Our body works in cross slings, so this is the first one that we need to do. Okay, for a release exercise, grab your phone on roller. So what I want you to do, you might not be able to see me on the ground, I want your roller, you've got your hip bone, which is here, right there. I want that pretty much to be just below that. Right, so what we're going to do is come down here, we're going to get that roller just below the hip bone, right, and what we're going to do is just turn. So we try to lift that pelvis on the other side off the ground, right? Just hold that for 5 to 10 seconds, release. So what we're doing here is, if you could imagine, what we're trying to do is open up that pelvic position, because your pelvis, it's joined by like muscles, right? Tissues and ligaments, right? So it does move. So what we're trying to do is just move that out that way. Right, so this is going to improve the gait, right? A big reason why we need to improve the gait, if you can imagine, our gait, right, it's when we walk, if it's not functioning properly because we've got a lot of tightnesses and imbalances, our core ties into our pelvic positions. So if our gait is not functioning properly, right, our core is not going to be working as good. And no matter how many core exercise you do, you're not going to see big improvements in core condition if your gait or your hips and your pelvis is not functioning properly, because all them core muscles integrate into the pelvis, right? So it is super important to make sure that we get this gait functioning properly. Let's change the other side and just turning. What we're doing is just trying to lift that other pelvis off here, see it's off the ground here, just lifting it up. And we're just opening up that pelvic position. Feels good. 5 to 10 seconds release. Okay, beautiful. Let's come back and just test it again. Turn in, open up. Right, you can see my hip is turning in a lot further now. Same with this one, yep. Very good. I want you to look towards that hand. Turn the hip in, remember, and then open her up. Turn her in and open her up. Okay, cool. Let's move into the next one. For this one, you will need a yoga strap, right? This is a yoga strap. If you've got a belt or anything that like replicates something like this, even a piece of rope will do. Right, so what we do here is we just come down we're going to put that through there. And it's going to come up on the one side, right up into our groin. So what we do from here, right, keep the head down, we're going to pull this up. So the hip on this side comes up, but I want you on this leg, stretch it, push it towards the wall, right? So we're pulling up on this hip and we're pushing the other one down. We're holding this for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release that, push this leg down and bring the other one up. Right, see my feet difference? Now we go again, hold that, pull it up, strong. 3, 2, 1, push that down. This feels good, and this is a great mobility exercise for the sacroiliac joint. Okay, so what that is, it's pretty much your last vertebrae that you've got under your L5. Push. This is a really good one just to help your gait pattern as well. Stretch, so 5 seconds, and then 5 seconds, and we go again. I want you to do this 5 to 10 times. Really good if you've got any sort of back pain in that sacroiliac joint. Okay, so once you've done 5, pull that out. We can change sides. And again, you do the same thing on the other side. Keep your belly in. You don't want to have any twisting or anything like that. Pull her up and push that opposite leg down. Nice control. Keep the core engaged. 5 seconds and stretch. Two, 1, stretch out. Okay, one more. Okay, and release. Just to clarify on that one, if you weren't too sure. So that goes up in here. Right, we pull that right up in here. So we're getting that right up in our groin, right, and we're pulling that up. So we're pulling that pelvis up, and this leg on this side is pushing down, right? So we're doing that 5 seconds, and then we change, push that other one. Again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here, and push, right? 5 to 10 sets on that, and then change sides. All right, the last one for the gait is we come down here, plank position, bring that leg up next to the hand. If you can, if you can't, if it's a bit further back, it's fine. Just here, straighten the back leg and drop the hips down, lifting the chest up. Hold this 5 to 10 seconds and then change. Right, chest up tall, straighten the back leg, 5 to 10 seconds, and then change. Beautiful. Hold that. Yes, a very good one for opening up those hips and improving that gait pattern. Right, the reason why you want to improve your gait, like I said, number 1 is going to be to get the core muscles functioning properly, but second of all, you want to be able to walk properly. And possibly, depending on what your goals are, you might want to start some running as well. Change. So again, 5 seconds, 5 to 10 second holds, 5 to 10 sets. All right, easy. This is a really good one. I like this one too. Straighten the back leg right and drop the hips down, lift the chest up. You'll feel that right through here, your groin, right, and the front of your hip flexor as well. So really, really good one. Some really good stuff there, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got a lot out of that. That's my final in my movement development series. That was number 7, the gait. I can help you. Don't forget, check out my website, aaronbuchan.com.